Trump has the utmost respect from most of, like, I would say 95% of the men in the federal Bureau of Prisons, because he's the only one that has ever passed any favorable legislation. The First Step Act is what I'm talking about, for anybody in prison.
Willie D. Live.
Because I know people, I used to live in Azerbaijan
Okay.
on the Caspian Sea.
Oh,
When I first moved there, it was a third world country. Do you know that the streets in the mornings are lined with men, with Azeris and Russians, standing on the side of the streets, just like we have Mexicans standing on the streets in the United States, and at Walmart, Home Depot, gas stations, waiting to get work, right? They line the streets by the thousands waiting for work. And they have suits on.
Oh, wow.
Now, the suits are not in the best condition, but it's a dignity thing.
That's right.
They're prepared for whatever job that they get. The crime rate is almost non-existent. The city that I lived in was Baku. It's comparable to Houston, got about the same amount of population.
Oh, wow.
And I remember at the time when I looked at the numbers, we were averaging about 15 murders a week. They were averaging about 4 a month.
Oh, wow.
And when they had murders, it had more to do with domestic situations. Husband did something to the wife, wife did something to the husband, something like that. But those people had pride, and they had little money. See, we put a premium on money in the United States. It's crazy.
I think it's a cultural thing too in America. I think,
Yes.
like Valentine's Day. I think a capitalist holiday, there's a lot of pressure on, I don't know if you're married
Yes.
or whatever, you got the pressure now. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We got to go get the gift or get this, that, or the other. And I think we put a lot of, instead of putting, for me, I got to put Jesus Christ first before anything else. Like money and all that, like, is secondary. God's going to provide all of that. You know what I mean? Seek ye first the kingdom, and all these other things shall be added unto you. So as long as I've got my eyes on God, but I think that's something as a culture we have to teach our children, that the most important thing is family or work ethic or just these education or whatever it is, or your faith in Jesus Christ or your faith in your higher, whatever it's going to be. For me, it's Jesus Christ. But I think, those men showing up unemployed in suits, but dressing to impress and not taking the penitentiary chances like there is. I fell into that world. The drug money is really, really easy to go after and to fall into. And those are some of the things that I fell into after I killed my stepdad in life, was because I couldn't focus, and I feel like I had PTSD or something, but it was easier for me to go get the bag to get the money. And then I didn't have to work. I could do my own schedule. And then here I am. Now I'm headed to prison. And then I get back out and I'm right back doing the same thing again because it's easy. So I know what the cycle is. We got to break that cycle. And so I do believe that you can find. Now, I know for a fact that, I have heard firsthand from people from the Trump camp that they said that they are passionate about reforming the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And so Donald Trump has being in federal prison, that's where I was just at. Trump has the utmost respect from most of, like, I would say 95% of the men in the Federal Bureau of Prisons, because he's the only one that has ever passed any favorable legislation. The First Step Act is what I'm talking about, for anybody in prison. And so we know for a fact that he is passionate about it. And we've had conversations with the foundation that I started that they want us to work hand in hand with them on reforming the BOP. So I think that some of these things, but we need, like you said, together. Like, not just though, but the thing that I bring to the table that's a unique aspect is because Republicans, in Texas, that's where we're at. They love to throw you in jail and throw away the key, and they don't like to invest in you or anything. And so all the men and these guys that I was telling you about earlier, most of them never been in trouble with the law, professionals, military guys, whatever. They all got a taste of federal prison.